How are you? Yeah, gotta get the day started, right? There's that comfort. Yeah, you don't really want to lay back down. It's the body. It's not the mind. The mind is alert. It's the body. You're gonna have to move around. You're going to have to engage in some physical activity. You're going to have to stretch more. You've still got some deposits of energy on the body, trapped memories. Stretch. Stretch. Yeah, that felt great. Here's your Arcana Astrology Oracle reading. Saturn. Lessons. Saturn's also affiliated with Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy is seriousness, hard work, attention to, no, that's Virgo. There might be a Virgo energy. You might be a Virgo. Well, you're trying to understand something. You've learned some lessons as of late. They've not been negative. They've just been enlightening. They create some type of mood fluctuation, but you don't stay there too long. Tenth house, which is Capricorn. So this is work related. Okay. So there's something you're learning on the job, in the job. Something about managing your finances, learning to manage your finances, wanting to be a better steward of your finances, understanding what it takes to make business decisions. The lesson around how serious you are or aren't about something. The realization that you need to actually figure out what you want to do. Is this really your career? So a little irritation, that's maybe where the low moods come from. But there's a spirit of gratitude about like where you are and how far you've come based on what's been available. Series. So series usually ask us to look at everything in front of us and carefully consider if moving forward is realistic. If there's enough details to have a nice blend of faith and real world execution. Okay. I think once you solve that, whatever this is in front of you, it'll free up some mental energy for some money clarity. So you're trying to get clear about next steps involving money and how you're going to do it. Okay. Second house, Taurus energy, stability, finances. So this is definitely talking to the bag. All right. So is it the time invested? So the thing about Taurus, I mean, they're emotionally stubborn. So you're an emotionally stubborn person. Yeah. Someone has recently told you this. So there's been like an argument. But it wasn't intended to hurt you. This person cares about you. But they had told you about yourself. And you are really sitting down and reflecting on that, and it's becoming clear to you that part of them was right. You do desire more stability. You don't want to be as codependent as you are. So I'm sensing someone is interested in learning how to do something that's just theirs that would help them be more independent. Yeah. 11th house. 11th house is affiliated with Aquarius. So you're talking to your friends. You've been talking to your friends. You've got an idea. Or you are exploring what's available in the community. So some type of social circle you belong to. I think even considering whether or not your financial ceiling is because of the social circle you belong to. You feel like these people are playing with your opportunities. Is that what the lesson is? You're starting to see people for who they are. You want something and they're affecting it, you believe. It's not a healthy mindset at all. What is that? 5th house, Leo, ego. Okay, so you're ego sick. All right, so you really believe that you're owed something just because you're a little emotional. You're not really owed this thing. You're great. People really do like you, truthfully. They really do. People really do like you, but you have a tendency to... Well, so when you have this Taurus energy here, right? Tauruses are creatures of comfort. So the thing is, like, you're too comfortable in the way that you do certain things, and you're gonna have to really pay attention to that, right? That karmic lesson, that enlightenment. So honestly, you're gonna have to be uncomfortable. You gotta change if you want to grow. Like you're just hoping that, like, you know, people will look past that, but it's like there. Okay, so they can't look past it. You can't look past it anymore. You need to fix it, you know? So whatever that is, pay attention to it, clear it up. All right, what's the final card? Mars. Yeah, take action on that. Take action on that, okay? If you say you want to change these things, you just have to own it and then move towards it. So that was the lesson here. You have great qualities. People do like you. You're amazing. But the thing is, that's not enough. It's not enough for you to just be amazing, just to show up and have this pleasurable personality. You actually have to know a little bit more about the business and how the community operates, and what it takes to really move up the upper echelon. So in this scenario, in case, it is not a negative judgment against you. So someone who wanted a job, you just thought you were a shoo-in for it and you didn't get it, and you're a little sad, but you're telling yourself, like, it's okay. You know, here's the deal. It is okay. It wasn't even rejection. You know, they say rejection is your protection for the blessing. But the deal is, you can't see yourself clearly just yet, right? You want to, you really want to vibe in that you want to be there, but you're not there yet, okay? Because you've got these emotional things that you still have to work through. So there's some validation issues you're still struggling with. Your self-esteem is okay. You have the appropriate protective factors. You have people who care. You have people you can call. But this is about really trusting your intellectual prowess, right? This is about knowing that you can do these things, right? Right now there's like, so that 5th house Leo, there's you talking about it, but you need to do it. You need to execute on it. And that's going to make a world of difference, right? So that's that reviewing, that series energy reviewing. Like, are we looking at this correctly, right? How much of this is logic? How much of this is emotion? And how, like, what is actually happening? Now, what do you want to see happen? Okay, that gap in the middle, that's what you're going to be completing. And so in the middle of your reading was the 2nd house, Taurus energy, right? So Tauruses are about stability, right? They are about establishing something for themselves, having savings, right? So I think before you can run forward and say you want those other pieces, recognize that you don't even have appropriate savings. Like you need to get that together, right? Like it's really time for you to grow up, and you know that, you can feel that, you can sense that, but it's not going to come from chasing the money you're not quite mentally qualified for yet, right? So this is opening the book, looking some shit up, and determining if you're serious to go after this, right? Because Tauruses are quite serious. They're emotionally stubborn too. So once you make your mind up, you have to make your mind up. And so maybe you're fighting. This is a mental conflict a little bit, right? Because you're thinking about, oh, that's a lot. It's really not, right? Because like once you start taking action on something, like that big thing becomes something so much smaller just because you confronted it, right? So Mars is definitely about confrontation. And this is an internal conflict that's going on here. So if you were looking for or curious about how others felt about you, to be honest, they pay you very little attention. It has nothing to do with love, care, and affection for you as much as it is people just got shit going on. So you have a little bit of a egoistic trait that you're gonna have to check. Okay. All right. That was your Arcana Astrology Oracle reading. Remember, not every therapist is a healer, not every healer is a clinician, and not every clinician will minister to your soul. You can book your session at tactfuldisruption.co.